Good day, everyone, and welcome to my channel. I am in Ballarat, California, which is a ghost town located in the Panamint Valley, which is the valley west of Death Valley. Now, Ballarat was established in 1897 based on a gold strike up in Pleasant Canyon, which is up this road here. That gold mine was reasonably productive, but not enough to make Ballarat a true gold rush boom town in the sense of the other ones, which had populations grow to 1,000 or more people and basically overnight. That didn't happen here. But what did happen here is that Ballarat ended up being kind of a hub for people that were miners and prospectors that were traveling to Death Valley, because there was a boom in Death Valley around the turn of the previous century. So this town was established in 1897, and by 1904, 1905, things were happening very quickly in Death Valley. So the miners would stop here in Ballarat and resupply, hit the saloon, maybe find some company in a dirty bird, and then carry on the difficult journey to Death Valley. So they would often be traveling with several mules carrying their provisions and water and mining equipment. And so that's how it worked. So Ballarat continued to be a hub for those folks. The mining boom in Death Valley was relatively short-lived. You had the big mines, the Keen Wonder mine and the mine in Rhyolite, Nevada, that were huge mines and attracted thousands of people. But those mines kind of slowed down by around 1910 or so. So once that happened, then Ballarat kind of slowed down a bit. And by 1917, Ballarat had become more or less a ghost town. One of the metrics that we measure the old ghost towns by is whether they had a post office or not. And Ballarat did indeed have a post office, and the post office closed in 1917, I believe. So by then it was pretty much all over, and that can be said for Death Valley as well. Today, Ballarat has become kind of a quirky place to visit. There's the trading post here, which we'll go in a little bit later. My recollection is there's some self-serve things you can do. You may have some cold drinks in there that you can pay for. It may not be occupied, or there may be somebody in there. So there's a bunch of old vehicles and interesting stuff to look at here. That's what people do on their way to Death Valley. So there's a dirt road that comes in here. Low clearance is fine. You can come with any two-wheel drive vehicle, as long as it's not muddy or wet. But it's pretty severely washboardy, so that makes it a little bit unpleasant. It's a few miles to get in here, so it's not a big deal. So it's a nice little stop if you're heading to Death Valley and you're coming in from the southwest direction through Trona. And if you are coming in through Trona, that area, I would also recommend that you visit a little town called Randsburg. And I have a separate video on that, which you should definitely check out. So here's an old, looks like a kind of a military type dump truck vehicle with a sign saying that there's a campground over that away. I came in rather late last night, and I just boondock camped down the road a little bit. There's the campground over that way. It looks like maybe there's one taker over there. So here's a sign that has a information about the campground and a suggested donation of $5. Just kind of an open field. Looks like there's a couple of shade things and a picnic table. Some mining equipment with a nice backdrop of the mountains. Alright, so let's go in the trading post and see what's going on in there. It's very early in the morning, so I doubt there's anybody in there, but you can check it out. A piano on the porch. Oh no, it's all locked up. New Dancing Burros. Next show 9 a.m. It's all locked up for now, but if we look inside, we can see some things going on. Okay, around the side of the store there's a sign that says there's public restrooms, and then they consider the section behind the sign private. I guess they don't want you going back there. That's where people are living, or if there is anybody here. Take in one of the bathrooms. Proper light switch, but oh yeah, it's got a LED light that works. Bathroom's clean. Donation bottle. I'm going to put something in there. Bathroom's nice and clean. Put a $5 in the donation bin there. Wow, that's the. I'm not gonna lie, the bathrooms are pretty impressive. On the table out in front, there's a pair of binoculars and a little chess board and a tic-tac-toe game, along with the piano and other stuff. It's January now, and it's early in the morning. That may explain why there's nobody at the store, but it's obviously it's very clean and well kept, so I suspect that it's open. If you go up, continue up the valley this way, you have some well-known canyons. There's Surprise Canyon, and then this one up here is Pleasant Canyon, and then you have South Park Canyon to the south of here, and then way south of here is the Goler Canyon. And Goler Canyon is where the Barker Ranch is, and that's where the Manson family hid out for quite some time, and where they were eventually, where Charles Manson was eventually captured at the Barker Ranch. From there you go over Mangle Pass, and Mangle Pass brings you down to Butte Canyon and then Warm Springs Road. And that's where that famous story where the Death Valley Germans were disappeared. And I'm going to do videos in the future on both the Barker Ranch and also the Death Valley Germans, so stay tuned for that. And here apparently is the spring that supplies water to the town. So remnants of an old building here. Not sure what this was. Maybe a well or mine. Okay, I'm gonna drive up Pleasant Canyon just a little bit to have a little looky-loo. It's a pretty serious jeep road up there in the canyon, I know that. And we got no business going up there in the van, but I think I'll just drive up a little bit, see what it looks like, make sure that I don't go past anywhere that I can't turn around. But if we look up the canyon there, it looks like it's pretty gnarly up there. I think it goes in that little narrow slot right there and goes all the way up over the top.
climbs about 5,000 feet, I think.
All right, I'm not going to lie, I didn't make it up the canyon very far. The road starts getting rough quite early, but I did discover this, I guess it's a memorial. It's a fire pit. I don't know if it's a grave or maybe her ashes were spread here in a fire or something, but it says in memory of Barbara June Blevins. She lived from 1938 till 2021, which would make her about 83 years old, so she must have been a regular at Ballarat. So here we are looking up the canyon. So we're just up the hill a little bit, and the road is really narrow. There's a junction here, and that will enable me to turn the van around. Otherwise, I really don't think I'd have much chance of turning the van around on this this road here. It's very rocky as it heads up that away into the canyon. All right, folks, that's going to be a wrap for the video about Ballarat, the ghost town in the Panamint Valley. Hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please give it the old thumbs up and do subscribe. I would really appreciate that. We got a lot more adventures coming up, so I'd like to have you come along. So until next time, thanks for watching.